What's going on, my fellow dongs, and welcome to another tier list video. It's been a while since we've done one, and today we're going to be doing a tier list video based on Mario Kart items. The way I'm basing this list off of is all of the main series Mario Kart games, including special items from Mario Kart Double Dash. I also want to give a quick mention that there will be there won't be any items from the arcade titles, Mario Kart Tour, and Super Mario Kart items that you basically can't use but computers. Yeah, kind of dumb. Without further ado, let's go. I don't think I even need to do that. Alright, starting off the list is the red shell. I'm gonna put this at B tier. I gotta say that there's a lot of uses for the red shells. I know some games they crash into walls. I know Mario Kart 64 and like other games, they just crash into walls because they always focus on the player. But some games they've always fixed the red shells in some games, so that's why I put it in B, I guess. Next up we have is an air horn. I believe that's what it's called. Going in the A tier because it takes out a blue shell and basically stuff around you. I mean, this is the only weakness to a blue shell, honestly. So yeah. Next up we have is the Tanuki Leaf, going in the D tier. Not only does this item look really stupid, it's just something that you don't want on your card. Now, it does hurt players, and obviously you can go, you get tricks or something and all that, but still, it's an item that you literally don't want to have. I don't even know why this had to exist, honestly. Next up we have is the Lightning Cloud, F tier. Is it even really an item? It's just more of an anti-item. Does anyone actually like this stupid item? Next up we have is the triple green shells. I gotta put this in B tier. I gotta say that at least they gave this one a little bit more, I know triple green shells has gotten a little more decent at all, so yeah. Next up we have is the triple mushrooms, A tier. I mean, come on, it's like 3 mushrooms, honestly, you go fast. Now, at some games it's kind of like, I know some games it's not the greatest, but I mean triple mushrooms is pretty good. Next up we have is the blooper. Gotta put this in F tier. It's not as worse as Lightning Cloud. This is an item that has never left us because it just sprays your screen, and that's basically it. It just makes sure you can see. Even then, you can still see. They've never gotten harder and has never left the Mario Kart series since. So yeah. Next up we have is the Bullet Bill, very easy S tier. I mean, come on, it's an invincible power-up. There's not much to say about this one, honestly. Next up we have is the green shell, normal green shell, C tier. I know people are going to disagree with this list because I know it's an iconic item, but I don't think it's as good as like triple green shells or red shells, so yeah. Next up we have is the lightning bolt. I think that's what it's called. Some games call it that, but it's just lightning. S tier. It makes everybody shrink. Who's the farthest behind, obviously. I don't think I need to go into too much detail on this item because it is pretty good. Next up is the star, S tier. I mean, you're invincible. Like, come on, you're invincible from lightning and everything for like a few seconds. So yeah. Next up we have is this is Mario and Luigi's. I don't know if this is Mario's Fireballs, but that was a C tier. This is actually the special item for Mario Kart Double Dash, which is Mario's Fireballs. I'm pretty sure that is. Yeah, okay. And then but again, it's not one of my favorite special moves because it does wear out really quickly, but it's still pretty cool, honestly. Next up we have is the giant bananas DK and Diddy use. Gotta put this in the B tier. I mean, it's a better version of banana and triple bananas because it has a bigger hitbox and you'll get stunned basically, so yeah. Next up we have is the Chain Chomp, which is Baby Mario Baby Luigi special, A tier. This is one of the best special items in the game, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. The only downside to this one, you can't die off the tracks when it stops, like Rainbow Road and stuff, but it's still a very good item. I don't know if it's as good as a Bullet Bill is fast, but still. Next up we have is Blue Shell. Gotta put this in B tier. Now, there's a reason I'm putting it in B tier. In some games, like in the early Mario Kart games, it travels like on the ground, basically, where it hits multiple people, which is cool. And then, but it does go for the player in first place, obviously. And then in the later games, it just goes for the person first. So I put this in B tier because it's mixed in between, so yeah. Next up we have is the Ball Bombs. Gotta put this in B tier. I mean, it's an item that also Wario and Waluigi used to use before they, everybody else could use ball bombs. So yeah, it's pretty mix it between depending on when you use it, obviously. Next up we have is a boomerang. I gotta put this in D tier. I was unsure if I wanted to put this low or not, but it's an item that you also don't want to have. You do get 3 hits, which is cool, but it's just something about this item that I don't want, honestly. Next up we have is a boo. The boos, I gotta put this in C tier. Honestly, it's mixed between because boo's still your item, but sometimes it can give you something really good or something that's just useless, even if you're really far behind. So, and it has to hope someone has the item too. So, yeah. Next up we have is the feather from Super Mario Kart, and then they brought back an 8 Deluxe. D tier. Honestly, like, maybe it's because I'm bad at Super Mario Kart, but I've never liked this item, honestly. And, maybe it's because, I never liked this item, honestly. Even if Mario Kart Deluxe is still, like, meh, it's only for battle mode, and I'm not good at the shortcuts of Super Mario Kart, so that's why I put it low. Next up is the coin, F tier. This isn't really an item, which it does make your car go faster, but getting them as an item, however, is just really, really bad, so, yeah. Next up we have is the triple bananas. Gotta put this in, I'll put it in B tier, I guess. It's a pretty good banana. Good banana item, I guess. Getting triple bananas, it can really help you. It helps you in some games, I guess. Excuse me. Next up we have is the fake item box, D tier. There's a reason that this item was never brought back again, because some games it looks similar, like Mario Kart 64, although in Double Dash, Wii, and, DS also looks the same. Double Dash and Wii's had a different color. Unless you're colorblind, this item is basically useless, so yeah. Next up we have is the Fire Flower. This is from some 7 and 8. I'm surprised that this never had a thing in the Mario Kart until 7, but I gotta put this in A tier, honestly, because you can, it throws one little, it's not like the other ones where it's like a lot of damage, but you throw a bunch of little fireballs, you can basically spam, basically, so that's probably why I put this really high. Next up, Gold Dash Mushroom, easy S tier. I mean, who doesn't like this item, honestly? Don't think I need to go in much detail on this one. Next up we have is Yoshi's Egg. I won't be counting Birdo's Egg because it's basically the same, but Yoshi Egg is going in A tier. This is basically a red shell, but now if you hit someone, they drop items such as stars, mushrooms, and bananas. But keep in mind they could drop in dangerous items too. I can't really remember what they drop for dangerous stuff, but keep in mind about this one. But it's still a really good item. Next up we have is the hearts, Peach and Daisy's hearts. C tier. I hate this item, honestly. Like, it's a shield that protects items, but maybe it's because I never get an item with this ability. Even then, I don't use Peach and Daisy, but maybe it's because I never got an item at all. And then, like, it's okay. I know a lot of people like it, but it's a shield basically to protect yourself, which is amazing, but you have to get lucky to get hit by an item or just run to it. But sometimes you can get something good, and then it just gives you the item. Although a Tor, it's just a shield. That's it. So that's probably why I put it in C. Next up is crazy. Is it Lucky 7? Lucky 7, I think. A tier. I mean, it's just 7 items. What do you expect? Next up is, I guess I'll put in the Lucky 8 as S because it's better, I guess. Just an extra item. Next up is the Mega Mushroom. I'm not sure where to put this, but I'll put this A tier. It's basically a star in a way, but you're not really invincible like the star, I guess. So, yeah. Next up, Triple Red Shells. I'm not sure if I should. Yeah, I'll put it in S tier. I mean, it's a good red shell item. Like, come on, it's really good. Next up is the normal bananas. I'll put this in C tier. I know some games they're kind of mixed in between. Like, you go fast, but sometimes when you have it behind your back, you slow down. That's what I just noticed. So yeah, I really don't know. This item is basically mixed in a way. Next up we have is the Bowser shell. Gotta put this in A tier. This is a very fun special item. It's by far one of my favorites. Also, I'll put this ahead of that one. There we go. Next up is a normal mushroom, B tier. I don't think I need to go too far into this one because it's just a mushroom. You just use one mushroom, go fast. Next up, Piranha Plant, D tier. It's an okay item, but it's not my favorite. Like, it's only really used for speed, but sometimes you don't want this too. And last but not least, the Pow Block, B tier. Pretty good item, honestly. And that's it for this video of the Mario Kart items. So stay tuned for, more tier lists. Who knows if this will be the last video of 2019. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you next time for more. Later, folks.